Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a look at what Mrs. Polson's class did yesterday on their group discussions about the causes of the Civil War, the review for the test tomorrow. So as you can see, this is broken down into groups. We have more, they have less, just the way it is. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on group 2 and we're going to take a look at some of the things that they've talked about here. Okay, and they've chosen an event that they thought was the biggest cause of the Civil War and explained it based on the perspective that they were given. And then they have to respond to the claims of at least two other people who have the opposite region as you. So Northerners respond to Southerners, Southerners respond to Northerners. We have all these things right here to choose from as the biggest cause. And as we take, a very just brief look at this, we can see that there are a ton of responses here, right? These people worked hard to take on the role of a Northerner or the role of a Southerner. And it's very apparent, like right at the beginning of what they say. If we look at every single one of these original posts, we can see that these people believe, or they take on the perspective of, either a Northerner or a Southerner, right? As a Northerner, I believe I am a Southerner, so I am a Southerner. I, as a Northerner, I as a Northerner. I mean, these people are taking on the role, so it's very apparent which side they're on. Then they go on and they talk about, their beliefs as a Northerner. As a Northerner and a believer of freedom and justice, right? I mean, they're taking on the ideas that were perpetuated in the North. Freedom and justice. I believe that Uncle Tom's Cabin is the cause of the Civil War, right? So she goes on, Leah does a nice job there explaining, like in her first sentence, what her claim is as far as what is the most significant or the biggest cause of it. So we also see that the comments down here are very well directed towards what the people are saying above, right? Kirsten, a Southerner, has clearly talked to this Northerner, which was a requirement, and she goes on to say, that people are uneducated, and she's really Kirsten is taking on the role of a Southerner here to clearly explain why Northerners are wrong. Okay, then they go on and they really have kind of a battle back and forth. Why do you need slaves? To make money? Stowe was just clear about pointing out the facts. Sure, probably not all Southerners treat their slaves how she said they did, but a majority did. So they're really arguing from that perspective, right? Zoe Robinson, we do not support terrorism, talking about Stowe's book. So what these people have done is they have effectively argued from the perspective of a Southerner or the perspective of a Northerner in order to talk about what they thought was the biggest cause of the Civil War.